dumb shit, so I wanna go viral for some shit with substance, feel me? Queens, petty, Kylie Jenner made it up off the Forbes list. Said her pocket's big and her style is gorgeous. I'm off this, cause how the fuck a white chick get fame off the same motherfucking trends black girls made? I'm just cynical, pessimistic. I guess she gifted, right? I guess she started it and all of us just missed it, right? The same way we missed the mark for feminism and rights. We was busy with our men fighting for our life. Hate the dick riding, fast fashion, fake passion, acting like you care about a black man shot. Fuck your Elvis Presley garbage, nigga. Black girls rockin', white girls want all the shit that black girls got, then black girls start all the shit that white girls rock. It's a never ending cycle. We just circle the block like a shorty getting domed, but she on her phone scrolling cause this shit ain't doing nothing. I'm just over the top. Yeah, I'm nasty, had me spitting where the rowdy bitches unapologetic, fuck classy. They be like, petty, her rhymes tight, ain't no thing about it. But all that cursing that she doing, she could do without it. She got the message and I'm vibing with the shit, but I'm missing all the gems. It ain't for you, bitch, or the real niggas get it. You slacking on the lesson if I tell you eat a dick. That's the way that I express and I just sit pretty like a real G should. Had baby from the block where the real G stood. It's a microphone check, 1 2 1 2. I be eating on the mic and you hoes all food. I mean you hoes all cool, but what's a fan to a AC? I'm so hard, if I was me I couldn't take me. I'm all about the static, wreaking all the havoc. If you want it you can have it. Drop a beat and I'll attack it. I want all the smoke and I doubt that you can match it. Just that hip hop, homie. All you niggas slacking in a crop top and a bucket hat. Man, I'm from the city of the gritty. Let me show you where my butt is at. I stomp bitches like Shiggy, out rap niggas like Biggie, rap queens like Nicki. Too many bum niggas, not enough rappers. I could body all you bitches. How your shorty hit me up after? I ain't going nowhere, bitch. I'm here to stay. This ain't that Venus or Serena. I ain't here to play. I make hip hop, not TikTok hits. Y'all niggas be fake gang banging TikTok crips. Anything for the clout, that's that TikTok shit. You make TikTok noise, I'm on some TikTok shit. I'm about to fuck the whole city up. And if they hating, you can tell them motherfuckers set they bars and they witty up. Not the one to play with, and I say it again. Whole city gon' know who I am. Petty.
Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowances made for fair use for purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips in the balance of the favor of fair use. Welcome to Blended Healing. Listen, we talk about a lot of things. The things that we don't talk about sometimes is one of those major things that's a part of our life, and that's our job. Is your job toxic? Do you even know if it's toxic, or is it just you feeling away? So let's explore that. Let's explore it. So when you have a dysfunctional relationship with your boss, or the turnover at your job is high, or there's a culture that is based on the survival of the fittest, you know something ain't right. So don't be so quick to dismiss that intuition that you feel when you're faced with all of those kind of red flags. What about you feeling undervalued, undermined, or downright uncomfortable at work? Chances are it's not about you, it's them. You see, the place that you work for might be toxic, and there are some things that we can point that out to see if it is. Because toxic work environments are places that have poor communication, conflict, unfair competition, undesirable leadership styles, discrimination, exclusion. Keep going. Keep going. These toxic spaces where self-interest and disregard for others thrive. Drama, dysfunction, disrespect, all of these things happen inside our professional environments. That's why we're going to talk about it, especially when you're working in a toxic culture and you don't feel like you belong there. Sometimes you come up with ideals and needs and contributions, and people ignore your shit. That toxic work environment can cause you a lot of days and nights of discontentment. So let's talk about it. And I even brought in Spirit to see what they have to say about this. So let's get with it. When coworkers or supervisors are allowed to act unprofessional in the work environment, insulting one another rather than providing constructive criticism, that's a sign. It's toxic. It's toxic. But it's up to the leadership team and the policies of the company to ensure that the feedback that is given to you is respectful in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's not about what you say, but it's how you say it. It's how you say it. So why do they criticize you? And it comes out across as insult. It's about materialism. Their constant pursuit of wealth, of possessions, and putting them above the care for other people. Confirmation. Can we say confirmation? Companies are only as diverse, inclusive, and equitable as the policies they enforce, right? And if they don't walk the walk, it is signaling empty promises. Sometimes they need to enforce policy and procedures in order to promote respectful, equitable, and inclusive behavior in the workplace, to create a safe working environment that leaves no room for toxicity. So why doesn't your company enforce their policies? Vulnerability. Vulnerability. They have their own hidden anxieties and insecurities that they don't want to meet anybody head on. So why not let anybody do what the fuck they want to do? But you can't allow one set of people to have to follow the rules and the other set of people get a pass. What's that shit about? Listen, don't let them control you with that toxic environment. Human rights, they have codes for employment. Corporations or companies are supposed to protect the professionals from discrimination or harassment due to such thing as race, gender, sexual orientation, ethnic heritage, and more. There's supposed to be some legal protections in place. I'm here to tell you that's not the fucking case. I don't care what they say on paper. I don't care what they say on paper. But it goes to show you that that's the climate that you work in. And if you don't work in an environment like that, hats off to y'all. Because that shit's crazy. Why? Why is the policies unfair? Intolerance. The differences that they see are threats rather than growth, opportunities to be more inclusive. Spirit, you're on point today. Let's go. Not saying that you ain't on point, that you ain't on point any other day. But that right there, you on point. What about that verbal, psychological, physical, or sexual abuse that shouldn't be tolerated anywhere? When you have that going on in the workplace, that's a considered aggression, and it has an impact on how you work and your overall health, attitude towards the job. Because in the outside world, they be knocked the fuck out. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? They can't give me a head up. You know, we can go, we square up. Yo, sidebar. That happened here at my job. This chick was rolling up at the boss, man. One of the supervisors, not the boss, but the supervisor. And was like, yo, because she was mad that she got a promotion over the chick, right? So she was like, yo, you look like you game. Let's go outside and have a heads up. The new supervisor said, what? You're crazy, man. I'm not talking to you. Yo, I'm telling you. She said, no, no, no. Let's go outside and have a heads up. I was like, ooh, I was sipping on tea that day. I was like, what the hell? I said, did you report that chick? She said, nah, I ain't report her. She said, but I have it in my backpack if I have to. But I didn't report her. I said, you should have reported that ass. But anywho's, transparent moment. Why is your boss abusive? A slower pace. You see, they're so used to getting away with it that they're not even looking at the fact that their journey is being affected. And what they're doing is they're rushing in towards a destination that they may not like. Truth. Just make sure that you keep documentation. So as they're rushing in, you slow down your pace. You feel me? Your boss, in many cases, people don't leave bad jobs or companies, they leave bad bosses. That toxic work environment, that's supposed to nurture leaders, all it does is it gives off the undesirable skills, traits, and management style. You see, toxic bosses exhibit certain traits because they have low emotional intelligence in some cases. They lack accountability and they're reactive in their decision making. They don't realize with them trying to embarrass you in front of a whole group of people all up in your face and your space. I'm telling you, he or she would have got knocked the fuck out. There's ways to do that without putting hands and feet on people. You feel me? Divine, what do you say? You said to resist. Resist it. Let them show themselves to be who they are. But what you can do is not allow the disrespect. And you speak on that right there and then, right in front of everybody, just like they're doing to you. Now, you can follow my advice or not, because I might get your ass fired. But I'm just saying, I've been in the game for a long time. So, you know, I wouldn't allow it to happen. But the divine did say for you to resist. because this person is holding on to old beliefs, feeling that they don't have to adapt to anything. And we all know what it's like this year. Good God Almighty. You thought it was bad before? It's worse now. Especially, we've been in this employer market for so long, you know, that the employers don't appreciate employees because they think of you as replaceable. You feel me? You have developed negative self talk and you frequently feel as though people are undermining your worth and your work and conversations. They talk about you. Don't you know that just like out in the outside world, when you get around certain people, you're being gaslighted and undervalued by your supervisor. And you feel like the work that you do each day has no meaning or purpose. And that right there alone can affect your mental health and your overall happiness at work. You know, my dad used to have a saying, and I know he got it from the Bible. Or maybe I heard it from somebody else. Maybe my friend who just passed away. I think it was her. She used to say, render unto Caesar what Caesar, meaning that it's not yours. It's Caesar's. It belongs to them. So if this is what they expect of you in your job, do your job. No more, no less. You know, it belongs to them. But they also say to do it to the best of your ability. Because you never know that they might treat you like shit, but you don't know who you might be shining in front of. We all know what it feels like to feel undervalued. So, Spirit, what do you say? They say, yeah, you're being the victim. You're definitely being the victim. Okay, you're allowed that 4 or 5 minutes. You're allowed that. May I encourage that you do the best that you can at your job, but you can also try to talk to somebody that you trust. But blaming other people first of all, don't blame yourself for the way they fucking act. You never know in with the environment that you're working in. But don't be the victim. Don't be the victim. Know that you are exceeding expectations. So I know we get into that headspace where I'm only going to do my job and I'm not going to do nothing more and less than that. Do it to the best of your ability. Rock that shit. Learn as much as you can so when you move on to the next gig, you have something behind. Now we're going to go to the big ass thing. The gossip, the cliques, and all the worst aspects of high school has now infiltrated your damn job. That shit is so toxic, man. And if your coworkers throw each other under the bus rather than collaborating or pulling together, it's important for you to recognize whether or not this is nurtured from the bottom up or from the top down. Is your bosses messy like that, or they turn a blind eye? Are they being transparent with you or not? Spirit says that it's adaptability. In order for you to survive in the workplace, you're going to adapt this bad behavior. Don't do it. Don't do it. You got to think outside the box and find different solutions to these challenges here at work, all right? Side past that shit. Keep it pushing when you see it doing. Now, you know how we always say, minding the business that pays me. Your job sometimes wants you to be available to them all the time, like 24/7. Like, say, for instance, your boss gets an ideal in the middle of the night and he calls your ass and you're like, yo, it's like 11 o'clock at night. And he'd be like, yeah, I got something to say. This kind of idea. When you come into work today, I need you to, like, yo, you are definitely stepping over my work-life balance right now. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. You know what I mean? But why do they feel as if they don't have to respect that? Because of their own lack of awareness. They're missing opportunities for really good work. But if you work your workers like that, your employees like that, 24/7, that ain't cool, yo. And they shouldn't be doing it at all. Write that shit on a piece of paper and then review with the employee when you come in the next day. Let's do one more. People who are undervalued are fighting to survive in their own job tend to experience more health problems. I raise both hands sometimes because that toxic environment can literally make you sick. And that's the truth. Point blank, period, dot. There are things that happen to your body when you hate your job. You don't sleep, you have headaches, you have muscle pains, you got stomach issues, and a host of other mental health concerns. Am I right, Spirit? They said, be here now. Be here now. Don't you know that you have this almost like being a genie in a bottle? Poof, I'm out. Poof, I'm out. I'm not coming in. I can't take it. Spirit said you have to learn how to balance your productivity and balance that with your self-care and mindfulness and the time that you have. Savor that time. Sometimes you got to push those people. Like today is one of them days that I want to get up and run, Forrest, run. I was like, I can't take another damn thing. But guess what? I'm going to have to. It's my job. And after I get past all of that, then I was like, okay, I ain't got time to be sick. I ain't got time for this shit. But I know for a fact, if you have a concern about your job and your job is doing something to your health, you're going to have to address that whether they want to hear it or not. All right? They want you to be here now. You have the power to do these things. Like I said, my advice to you is to learn as much as you can in the time that you're there. Because you never know when the divine is going to make a door open for you to go somewhere else. And that way you have the skill set already. Even though it's learned, like on the job, like it's not them teaching you or sitting down, you're picking it up because they threw the job at you. Think about shit like that. That's considered transferable skills. And a lot of us have them. You just don't think it's a job, but it is. It is. So let's get past all this bullshit. Let's do this. Let's talk about the support versus the drama. Because we spend a lot of time at work. By the time you get up in the morning, shower, dress, get in the car and drive, however long your commute is, right? Say it takes you 45 minutes to an hour to get to work. Then you're at work for 8 hours or more. Then you got to do the commute home. How much time at work or traveling versus how much time are you really at home? It doesn't matter if you work on site or work from home, you know? Some of our coworkers are considered our family, whether we like it or not, dysfunctional or functional. You know how it is. And it develops a culture of its own. We just sat here and talked about that for about 20 minutes. But when we look at it from a day-to-day basis, there's always shit shifting where sometimes you're cool sometimes and then sometimes you're not. Sometimes there's a person that you just don't care too much for, right? But then there's at least one person that becomes family. I know that we start off in our mind saying that I'm not here to make no friends. I'm here to do my job and then clock the fuck out. A lot of us say that. But it goes out the window once, you know, you start learning a job or whatever. The truth is that in many types of jobs and professions, we have to be willing to work well with other people. When we meet new people, we very well may find that a coworker that we might mesh well with and some other ones that we don't even care for. And that is a very, very thin line between work support and drama. Man, the way they talk about people around here, yo, when they be sliding up to you like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I have no idea. You know, I'm just doing the job that pays me. No, I mean, like, what's going on? Can you find out? Can you find out? How about you find out? And you let me know. They funny. I'm telling you, I don't miss that. And then you got the ones that want to know why you get away with shit and they don't. At the end of the day, everybody has their turn for people to shit on them. But then there comes a time where y'all get along. Y'all get along. So you don't have to change your job or anything like that. Just don't succumb to the work drama. Knowing the T could be funny though. I ain't gonna hold you. It could be funny. But sometimes when you know shit, there's a consequence too. Because that means that if they know that you know, because they done told you something, they could throw you into some shit if they get caught. You feel me? How often do you engage in gossip on the company computer in a chat space? You know, as in my job, it used to be IM, internal messaging. You know, now, don't get caught up in that shit. You don't have to be caught up. There are coworkers that is going to be like family, but that's few and far in between. They look out for you. They add and make your work environment a little bit more pleasant, and even in your life overall. And some of these coworkers are really good at their job, and that's where it stays. Understand that. Understand that you have good work support relationships. Work drama should be avoided by any means necessary, because that shit'll come back and bite you in the ass. It can. And you don't want your environment to shift any more negatively than what it is right now. You don't want to do that, man. The other thing that you need to think about in your job and how toxic it can be is look at the culture that we are in now. Look at that. Do we really truly need that? And then what we do is we end up being drained by that shit from all the toxicity in your job. We already got to deal with that shit out there in the streets, man. And you know your job is just a reflection of what's going on outside in the world, if you think about it. But you ain't got to add no more drama and no more unnecessary weight or heat to that. I'm not saying don't stand up for yourself. I'm saying that to pick and choose your shit. If you could sit at home and protect yourself and you ask the divine to protect you from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, and you don't take that shit for granted, because they're working double time to make sure that you're protected when you're out here in this world, even at your job. You don't have to be a part of the toxic, man. You don't have to be. Not when the divine and the spirit is covering you. You feel me? Don't do that, man. I'm so thankful and blessed that I have my own office. Because I couldn't do it. Because I did that, you know. I'm a different type of bird, man. I just don't. And it probably comes with age and experience too. Work is stressful enough, man, with the shit that we gotta do. Whether it's deadlines, going to meetings, emails, phone calls, all other type of shit that we got going on. Add some drama in that, man, please, it's gonna throw you off your game. But here's the thing. Was it meant to throw you off your game? People will learn you, baby. People will learn you. And that's it, and I'm done. That's it. Don't allow the toxic to catch you, man. And like I said, learn as much as you can before you bounce out. Learn as much as you can. And do yourself a favor. If you don't know what transferable skills are, look it up. Learn something. You'd be surprised how much transferable skills you have that can lead to a better job, a better opportunity. Stay encouraged. It's gonna be all right. We got a few years of this shit. It's gonna be all right. Just keep your head down, man, because you need that bread in order to survive. Don't fall for the okie doke, man, because you don't even know if it's a setup or not. Not now, anyway. You know what I'm feeling? All right, I'm done. Be well, stay safe. I say and deep out of each and every one of you, and I shall see you all soon. Don't get involved.
Remember old dude from 2019? Nice clean nigga, did me dirtier than laundry. Took a scroll through his IG just to get a DM from his wife. What the fuck? I was so confused. What she do? She didn't know about me and I didn't know about Zoom. I opened up the messages and had to hit the Zoom. Turns out the girl was really a dude. Nigga think he slick back till I slip back. Got my lick back, turned a nigga to a knick-knack. I moved on, dropped a couple of songs, and then I went and got signed. Now it's 2021. Hey! Okay, I just feel like this is a perfect opportunity for us just to unpack what's happening here. I mean, we said that this guy cheated on me. Nah, fuck it. Platinum record this, viral record that. I'm making so much money, I'm all over the net. I'm moving so fast, no time to process. And no, I'm not in the game, but I'm always on set. Wristwatch, drip drop, label on the TikTok. Now I'm making TikTok music, what the fuck? I need a cleanse, need a detox, but we ain't got time to stop. The charts need us. Fast forward P 2023. I'm stacking lots of cheese and making money. My grass is really green and honestly, I can't even fucking count no more. It's a really dark time for me. I'm going through a lot. By a lot, give me drugs. I wouldn't. Drugs? No, it's a natural plan. I'm not judging. I don't think. I'm just saying. I'm not an addict. You want to talk about it? I mean, fuck. I like pills. I like drugs. I like getting money. I like strippers. I like to fuck. I like day drinking and day parties in Hollywood. I like doing Hollywood shit. Thought it probably would. What can I say? The shit works. It feels good. And my self-worth's at an all-time low. And just when it couldn't get worse, my ex crashed my place and destroyed all I own. Whoopsie, made a oopsie. $100,000 oops made me loopy. I ain't a killer, but don't push me. Don't wanna have to turn a nigga back to the soapy. Whoa, Doshi. You're getting beside yourself. Sorry. Take it easy, okay? Okay, I need